time and just
Okay,
ask
that's fine.
questions of like, first of all, how you doing? How's life, bro? Like right now, it's been pretty tough.
It's good. It's I'm leaving to Boston on Friday to go like kind of do some stuff like photograph. Um
No wonder it's so
I'm
fucking
at
hard to
home
keep
right now.
tracking you, dude. Like every time I try to like
Yeah,
send
I
something
know.
to you,
I'm
you're
so
running everywhere.
sorry.
You're literally running
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, I've been busy. I'm also applying to grad school right now, so I've been like in the works of like trying to finish all those applications because they're due like on the 15th, like all of them.
Damn, dude.
So my mind is going all over the place, but I'm all set now. You have all my attention.
Okay. So right now you're a working photographer, like or what do you consider yourself as? Like I know everyone's kind of like multifaceted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say photographer, but like in the end, like I'm just doing me. Like I'm like my medium is photography, but I like
Yeah.
to like experiment in everything. Like I'm also doing graphic design. I'm doing some 3D stuff. Not a lot because I'm not very familiar with it.
Yeah.
But I guess like right now I'm just trying to teach myself like new things since I have so much time before school starts. I'm really trying to kind of do one thing a day to just, I
That's
guess, like
insane.
bring my knowledge up.
That must be
Yeah,
that's drive you a little crazy though.
yeah,
Like let's be honest, because like I've been there where you want to learn something, but it's completely on the other
yeah.
spectrum of what you're doing. So then in a way, like do you feel like you're wasting time sometimes? Like when do you feel like, okay, maybe I should stop like learning something? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I mean, so that I had that. So like 2 years ago, I started learning like Rhino and like 3D modeling and things, and it was really fun. And
yeah,
I did a couple projects, but after a while, I was like, this really isn't going to be useful to me in the future, especially like in the I guess in the career that I want to go into. So
facts.
I was like, it's not useful. So I kind of gave up on it. But a lot of companies now are actually like looking like for people who know motion design and things like that. And that's very out of my realm because I've always been so used to being behind a camera. I'm not really used to always being on a computer.
Yeah.
Um, so I have been trying to teach myself like motion design. I've been investing a little bit, like, like doing like little mini courses that are like $10. Like, and I've learned a lot. Like, people are like, oh, like those are shitty courses. And it's really not. Like, they give you a lot of information. Like, you have a lot of
What kind of
resources.
courses? What kind of courses?
They're like so some of them are like interactive like typography, so like making like
Typography.
typographic yeah, it's like it's really interesting. It's like doing a little bit of I guess like motion design with type and then also like doing like 3D with typography, making like videos on like After Effects because that's like really like After Effects is something that I have never been able to
Dude,
do.
it's
I struggle with
hard.
a
It's
lot.
hard, man. It's
It's
hard.
really hard.
It's confusing. Like I even feel like 3D
Yeah,
modeling's a little like a lot easier than After Effects. Like,
yeah,
geez.
it's super difficult. So I've been trying to teach myself that, and I'm kind of like on the realm of like, oh shit, like I don't know if I should keep going just because it's just really difficult, and I feel like I really need to invest like all of my time in it. And
Yeah.
because I'm still in school, like it's a lot harder to invest so much time into one thing when you have to invest your time into like five other things.
Fuck.
So
Hey, just, you're gonna drive
yeah,
yourself insane, dude. Slow down.
I know, yeah.
You're gonna drive yourself
Yeah,
insane. Like you're like
yeah,
slowly, like really beating yourself up. But I feel it, man.
yeah.
Mostly with being a photographer right now, with like weddings and everything, like being postponed. Did you take a blow or not? Like,
I've never done like wedding photography. I'm not
oh,
really like freelance in the sense that like I do like wedding stuff or I do like if someone will come to me like that I know personally and like ask me like I'll do it, but I've never like done it like professionally. It's not really something I'm interested in.
yeah,
So I didn't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that I took a blow. I think I the biggest blow that I did take was just being able to collaborate with other people. I think that was like the biggest thing that I struggled with when we got
yeah.
sent home from school. Yeah.
Speaking of collaborating, I feel like a lot of people don't really collaborate and they're still stuck in the stage where they keep exploring everything. Um, how has collaborating helped you kind of grow, you know? Because I know for sure it helps. And if,
Yeah.
or
I mean, yeah,
what's your
I get
perspective on that?
that. I definitely get that because like the first couple of years, like I was very like reserved. Like I never really wanted to work with anyone. I always wanted to like be the one that was in charge of everything. And then
Yeah.
my junior year of high school, my junior year last year, I was applying for internships and I had interviews where,
Damn.
you know, they were telling me, they were like, "Oh, yeah, um like, you know, do you do collaborations? Like, do you work with other people? Like, et cetera, et cetera." And I'm like, like, not really. Like, I'm mostly to myself. And they actually did not like that. So I think after
That you're very to
having
yourself?
those interviews and like being what?
That you were very to yourself? That's what they didn't like?
Yeah, so they didn't like
What?
that I wasn't so that I didn't do a lot of what's it called? That I didn't do like a lot of collaborations. Like they were like, you
Dude.
know, in a I guess in a design setting, like they're like you have to be open to collaborating with other
Yeah.
people because when you're working on something, like it's a whole bunch of people in one. So I think after I got rejected from like one of like my dream internships, I got
Wait, what
rejected
was
for
it? What
like from
was
it,
it?
and I
What was it?
it was Converse.
Converse? Converse is so sick.
Yeah,
Converse is dope.
yeah, it was Converse.
Dude, I
Yeah, it
went
was it
to
was that many. No, no, no. What were you saying? You went to what?
all right, so first of all, I went to some like what do they call it? Outlets, you know, where you get cheap ass deals for like clothes and whatever. They have a
Yeah,
Converse store somewhere in LA. I forget where it is. But dude, it's like racks on racks of just experimental shoes. It's almost insane how much variety they have. What were you being
yeah.
planning to do there, like at Converse? Like what were you planning to
It
do?
was a digital designer, like a
Yeah.
digital design internship. So it was like photography, graphic design, like
Yeah.
working on like the .com portion of Converse.
Yeah.
And I remember like right after I got rejected from that, like I feel like it was like a kick in the ass. Like, hey, you need to like work with other people. You need to, you know, be more diverse when you're like working, like, you know, go to an art director, go to someone who's an interior design, work with them, like
Yeah.
do like a cool project or even just a variation that isn't just like a portfolio of photos.
Yeah.
And I feel
That's so
like
true.
that really like yeah, it really helped me like kind of realize that, you know, a project can't be done with just one person. And when I opened myself up to collaborating with other people, the outcome was like so much more like rewarding. Like there was
Yeah.
just so much to work with. It was like a team it was like a team effort, and it was really nice to see like the work come alive but also have like background story to it, research to it, and all things like that. So I think
Yo.
collaborating has just opened me up to like being more experimental too, because I was always like photography, photography, photography. And then as soon as I started working with other people, like I got interested in the graphic design aspect of things, like the way that motion design can be incorporated with photography, things like that. So, or like even interior spaces. Like I did a whole installation on ocean pollution that had nothing to do with photography, but it was like an entire installation, an entire production, and it's
You're
like it
gonna
was
drive
one of the
yourself
best
nuts.
pieces that I've
No,
ever done.
no, Noelia, you're gonna
Well, it
drive
was it
yourself
was
nuts.
super fun. That one
You're
didn't
fucking
that one
crazy,
didn't do
bro.
too much, but that one was
You're
super
fucking
fun.
nuts. You're fucking. Do you smoke weed by any chance?
Yeah.
Do you smoke
Yes, I
weed?
do.
Weed? Does it help?
Yeah.
Does it help?
Yeah, it helps me sleep. So yeah.
But all right.
When I need to
So
calm down. Yeah.
with Instagram, since you're talking about collaborating, a lot of people on Instagram have like crazy graphic design portfolios. Like I think Instagram for people that are adults like us, that are designers or just whatever niche they're working in, they do a lot of Instagram portfolios, and it's worked incredibly for them. Like I've seen a lot of people get jobs just by posting on Instagram. How do
Yeah.
you think Instagram is going to be incorporated in the future in our industry, like for graphic designers and
Oh my God.
photographers?
It's gonna
Yeah,
be so incorporated.
it's going to be
I feel like
insane.
Instagram is gonna take over having a portfolio,
Yeah,
to be quite honest. Because I
yeah,
feel like a lot of people even like because I mean I actually met someone through Instagram who he's like a photographer as well, and I invited him to like to do the project that I asked you to do, and
yeah.
through that like we became really good friends, and like I'm actually gonna go see him in Boston and like do a photo shoot with him,
Yeah.
and I've never met this person before like in person. So it's I feel like Instagram is definitely the way that even just companies or like little small businesses can reach out to artists and
Yeah.
like be like, hey, like, do you want to collaborate? Do you want to work with me? Like things like that. And I feel like it's helped
So many
so
people.
many people who haven't been able to get into the industry, like really get into the industry like
Yeah.
deeper.
Instagram's gonna change
Yeah.
everything. Already has. Like, there's this
Yeah.
graphic designer. Her name is Tender. I think it's Tender Trees, but she's the girl that does the
I think I follow that. Yeah.
Isn't she? She's like, I
Yeah.
think, leading
Yeah.
visual graphic artist of our generation. Like, she's
Yeah.
changing everything. Like, everyone's kind of doing that whole gradient thing. I think that's awesome, and it's only because of Instagram. And then I think in the
Yeah.
future, besides Instagram, uh, we live in a social media world. Like, we live on the internet, right? And the Instagram is literally just a playground, but it's our job to create a little more for
Yeah.
ourselves, for our niche. So, like, creating platforms where we can all just collaborate and communicate amongst designers. Like, there's design blogs, but I feel like what they're failing to do is really talking about the designers and like investing money into the designers. Like, reposting is one thing, but investing money into these people that are just designers that probably are like 13 working at home. Like, they're young as fuck. Like, these guys like 13 years old. Investing money in them, I feel like, would be even greater for us in the future. Just investing in them, because who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you might have in your hands somebody that's like super talented. He's only 14 years old. So, like, to all the kids out there, like, geez,
Yeah.
yeah, post your shit on Instagram. Like, they
Yeah.
get crazy jobs.
Yeah.
Because I just moved here, so I'm
Oh,
not
you're
even
fine. I
broadcasting
don't either.
everything.
You're on my bed right now.
Like, I'm fucking like, this is what am
Yeah.
I doing here? But so another thing, as a woman growing in this crazy world, this amazing, beautiful world, um, do you think the industry like is impacted by being a woman? Like, if you're a woman in this industry, do you think it makes a difference at this time and frame, not right now?
I think right now specifically, yes, because I think at least in my class, like my photo class of this year,
Yeah,
it's 17 women and one man.
yeah. Damn, what?
So I think yeah, so I think right now specifically like the class that graduated last year and this class, there's going to be a surge in women designers just because I know last year I think like it was like 80% women graduated in the
I
design industry
I think that's just in
like
general.
at CCS.
Damn,
Yeah,
CCS.
but like in my school, like that's kind of what I've seen, and in other places too. Like it's product design, interior design. Like it's all being right now. It's being dominated by women, like the graduating class. So I think that we're gonna see that being reflected,
Yeah,
like in the next coming years in the job industry, just because we're all trying to get jobs right now, and like I feel like it's going to be it's going to make more of an impact for the younger generation because they're going to see that like, hey, we did it, you can do it too. Like yeah, it's really difficult because we get put into like this stereotype that like women designers like they work harder than everyone else. Like we work really hard, like, but so do other designers. It's just we get kind of shit on because we're not level headed or we're not like, we use our emotions in our work or things like that. Like that, those are all the stereotypes that I've heard,
yeah,
that I've also been, accused of.
yeah. The reason I asked that is because
But
I don't. The reason I asked that is because the reality I live in is that, like, men and women right now are just grinding their fucking ass off to just show their work. And also, everything around us has changed. Like, when I was, first of all, skateboarding, when skateboarding in like 2012, there wasn't a lot of girls at the skate park because they would say the same thing, like,
yeah,
oh, I'm intimidated because a lot of these guys are just kind of assholes and they don't like make me feel free when I do the work. And I feel like I've seen a lot of design history with like men dominating like design back in like the 1940s and 20s. That was back then, at least now, like,
yeah,
that's not an issue anymore. And I feel like in the end of the day, there are going to be issues. Like, there's going to be tons of freaking issues, but
yeah.
like with design,
Oh no, it's definitely
yeah, definitely
yeah,
changed. And the world we live in now is that we all have uh, at least somewhat of an equal playing field, and it's not like we're playing amongst each other. It's just I just want to see everyone have a good time and just design, because like design's fun, dude. Typography already, like I've lost my mind just like downloading like 5 different fonts that I haven't even
It's so
used.
much fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I have like so many fonts, and it's just like in the end of the day, let's just have fun, have fun and just try to get your work out there and get a job, shit, because we're all trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And inspire each other,
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of the people like you that work very hard, and we see that, and then we're like, dude, like what the fuck are we doing? Let's work a little harder. It's peer to peer.
That's how I am too. You know, I see people where I'm like, holy shit, I love their work, and it's like it's really like, a little like kick, like, hey, you can be there. You just gotta, you just gotta put your mind to it, and like it, and also like, I feel like in this day and age, like we also have to be conscious of like using inspiration, like, and it's not just that, because there's just so many issues, like especially with schools, where it's like you can use something as inspiration, but the school will take it as you copying them. And
What?
it's like it's not like I think there's a fine line between inspiration and copying, because you can be inspired by someone and want to do something similar to what they did, but in the end you're the one that's putting the work in, and you're the one that is putting your own twist on it. So i
I
feel
still
i feel
never
like
got that copyright
inspiration.
bullshit. Like they gotta kick that copyright bullshit out the window. Like I hate copyright. Like
Yeah, I don't copyright my images, because I'm like, I honestly, like, if someone wants to take my picture, like, and I don't know, put it on their Instagram, like, I just want credit. Like, that's all. Like, I
yeah.
don't care about copyright. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna sue them for taking my like. It's just it's a weird like concept. And then also, it's just, I think inspiration is just such a huge thing in like the design industry. Like, get inspired, like go look at Behance, go look at Instagram, like go look at someone that you like their work. Like,
Oh,
it's okay to get inspired.
how's the relationship status with your boy? How's he? He does visual graphics, bro. He does
Yeah,
visual
he's
graphics.
we're going to Boston together on Friday. We're good. Like, he does his own thing, I do my own thing, and then
You guys
sometimes he
ever
helps me,
collab?
sometimes I help him.
Do you guys collab?
What happened?
Do you and your boy collab?
Yeah. So,
You
the
do?
last time
That's
we
so cute.
collaborated was in 2018. And he created a shoe, and I was like basically like the art director and the photographer, like to for his project. So we did
Yeah,
that, and then for my final, we're collaborating. He's helping me create the VR space.
damn, so far.
Since he knows how to create environments and stuff, so he's collaborating with me on that. And then a lot of my photo shoots, like he's a model, so in that sense, we do collaborate, where like he works a lot with me as like being my model. But I'm not very familiar with his territory of work, because
Yeah.
he's very like, he does like 3D modeling for like shoes, and he does like environments, which I'm not really used to. So a lot of the times, like when he does want to collaborate and when he does like need help with something, it's usually more related to like graphic design and photography.
When you were
But
scanning for your boyfriend, were those qualities important for you? Like like someone that makes something, you feel
yes,
me? It was? You fucking
I
nerd,
think so.
dude.
I think, yeah, just because like I guess like for me, like if I'm gonna be with someone, I want someone that understands like the field that I'm in, and that doesn't kind of downplay it. Because I had a past like ex-boyfriend who really kind of shit on photography, and never
Son
really
of a
understood
bitch.
like the actual like art in photography itself. So I feel like a big quality that I look for is just, having someone that understands and that actually supports you and what you're doing, even if
So
it's not
cute.
something that they fully understand. Yeah, like it just,
And I
yeah.
know I know your boyfriend. He's really sweet, by the way. Really nice guy. Really talented. Like he renders.
Yeah.
He'll like make something that's like 10 seconds long, and it took him like 10 hours to render. But those like 15 seconds of just pure like beauty is like nice. You know what I'm
Yeah, he's a
saying?
talented guy.
Shout
Yeah.
out to him. Shout out to all our relationships, all our beautiful relationships. I'm trying to like start. I'm not dating anybody, but like these are attributes I'm looking for. Like in LA, there's a lot of Instagram models. You feel me? They're all Instagram models. I want an Instagram design. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a mad crush on that what is her name? Tender something. I forget. Tender
I
Green.
don't know. Yeah,
Tender Greens. Isn't that a restaurant? No, I don't think
yeah, I don't know. Tender.
dude, she's so cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't find. Yeah, I can't find it.
Oh shit! Fuck, everything's falling apart in my house. But yeah, I feel like that's good. How much time we got? I feel like we got a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. It was so hard to get a hold of you. It was so hard.
I'm so sorry.
You're so fucking busy, yo. Like you're just fucking around, like going to Boston one day, doing a photo shoot, another. Young successful women.
Yeah.
Young successful.
Yeah.
Women. Shit.
Trying my hardest.
All right. Well, I'll let you do your thing. I feel like it's about to be 10 o'clock. So.